guys, it's me. Right, okay, I'm late to the party on this, but it's time to address some issues. The Nintendo Switch. We've all seen many a video now, and the one thing that you can say is the community is divided. First, let's take stock of what we know. Nintendo Switch is a new system coming from Nintendo quite soon. It is a system that you can take on the go or have in your house. When you have it in the house, it has a slightly higher resolution and runs a bit better. No surprises there. Its controllers that can take off the side. You can control them in your hands. You can put them in a unit and control them in the unit. You can control them on the unit while you're moving around. Grand. Some people complain the controllers are too small. When you control the controllers in the separate mode, you can slap on little extensions that have a wrist strap and make them slightly larger, and make the shoulder buttons that are inside the slots for sliding them onto the machine slightly larger with the extensions. There is a Pro Controller. People have a problem with the Pro Controller due to its expense. In fact, the expense of buying extra bits for the machine, a lot of people also are not exactly happy about. As it goes, the software lineup for launch is mostly made up of little novelty titles, as often is the case with Nintendo, and often can be the case with most console releases. You know, this does tend to be a thing. However, it is coming with a major title right from the get-go, and a couple of the other major titles that people are wanting are coming along in fairly short succession. Now, people will always complain that there's not enough software at the beginning of any given machine's life cycle. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One are not exempt from this particular problem. However, people are expecting more, considering Nintendo's been working on this and they need to get something that happens really, really super fast and makes a big impact, because as most people would tend to agree, the Wii U, as it stands, was a bit of a disaster. It was not a great system. It was not handled well. It had some great ideas, and there are some in the community who are calling the Nintendo Switch the Wii U number 2, which is sort of fair. It's not entirely fair, but it's sort of fair, so you can kind of get away with it. But it's not a nice accusation to level, even though there may technically be some truth to it. However, what we have to remember when we're looking at the Switch, we're looking at something brand new that's largely untested. Nintendo has taken everything they've ever learned from all the consoles they've ever made, and they're piling it all into one machine. Now, that's a bold move when you get right down to it. And Nintendo, if there's one thing they know how to do, is make fun software. You know, they've never been very good at playing nice with other distributors. I mean, look how they treated Ubisoft. Look how they treated the big developers back in the 80s. You know, they said, right, we're going to make sure that we have these cartridges, and well, we're the ones that control the rights on how to make the cartridges. So if you want to put your games on our machine, you have to buy the rights to our cartridges. And, you know, they stifled the amount of software on the market. Now, in some ways, that's a good thing, because that meant only quality got through. Which, you know, let's face it, these days you could do a bit more of. You know, because sometimes there's too much stuff to play on too many machines and too many ecosystems. But, you know, I think Nintendo might have pushed that too far, and that thinking still governs a lot of what they do, which, you know, it's not great, but, you know, it's nice they try. Now, a lot of people have also criticised the manner in which the system was launched, the launch event. Now, what we have to remember is, okay, maybe to us and a lot of other people out there, it looked jarring, it looked weird. It's a Japanese company, you know, from Japan, with a Japanese sensibility. Perhaps to Japanese people, that press conference is all fine and dandy and looked awesome. You know, I don't myself know any native Japanese people to ask them. But if you are Japanese and you're watching this video, one, thank you for bringing me into your region, and do tell your friends about me. But two, please, in the comment section, if you are Japanese, then please, in English, because I don't read Japanese, tell me, in Japan, what was the actual feeling towards the press conference? Was it appreciated in its homeland? Did you guys like it? You know, I know that one or two people on YouTube are not representative of an entire nation, but, you know, if we can get a feel, that'd be nice. So, you know, if you're Japanese, please tell me, how did it go over in its homeland? You know, how was the press conference perceived? Did you guys, roughly speaking, dig it? You know? Now, okay, you know, so we've got the controllers, we've got the unit, we've got the price. A lot of people actually think it's too expensive. I think they pretty much nailed it. I mean, it's a new bit of kit, new technology, you know. And, yeah, it could have been cheaper, but it could have been more expensive. You know, people go, well, the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 are cheaper than it. Yeah, they've been out for 3 years, guys. Come on. Of course they're going to be cheaper. They've been out, they've got the tech, they've narrowed down the tech, they know how to make the systems for cheaper. You know, especially Microsoft. Microsoft is selling for cheaper because, let's face it, Xbox One sales, although good for Xbox, have not been good for the company as a whole. You know, they have sold a lot of units. They haven't told us how many units they sold, but they've not sold as many as PlayStation, so there is that cloud hanging over them. But when you get down to it, those systems have been out and about for a good long time now, with both of them having relatively robust software libraries. Obviously, PlayStation's got a bit more, but that's because more developer money's come at it because they've sold more units. You know, that's just the nature of the beast. You make a whole bunch of units, you're going to get a bunch of people interested in your system. And Sony was, you know, from fairly early on, was all into the, let's get all these indie guys in and really bolster the stuff. You know, I think one of the biggest problems coming at Nintendo, though, is the battery life, which is not good. Guys, come on. That are smartphones and tablets, which is essentially what your unit is. It's like a large, it's a high performance tablet, you know. And there's a lot of tablets out there that are really high performing. Gaming tablets too. And tablets dedicated towards gaming that have longer battery lives and stronger power centers. You know, a lot more processing grunt going on. So, you know, people are understandably confused and, shall we say, let down by that particular approach on your behalf. So, you know, that's something to bear in mind. But then, of course, there's also the fact that your online element has never been the greatest game in town, Nintendo. You know, you have, you know, had a CEO that went, well, I don't believe that people want to play online. And then you were proven massively wrong because a bunch of people really wanted to play online. A ton. You know? So, yeah, it's never really worked that well for you. And not allowing voice chat and the ability to find your friends online on Nintendo, you know, ecosystems has just been nightmarish. It's been overly complicated, you know. And chat facilities is just like none on the Wii U, you know. And I don't think they really existed that much on the Wii. I'd have to look into it because I never really took my wife's Wii online because I got her a Wii for Christmas the year they were all hot. Yeah, I worked like a dog. I did a bunch of extra hours and I got my wife a Wii. It's still sitting down there. It's got a good layer of dust in it because it's been played like maybe 15 times, and most of those are by me. But, you know, I got it because she wanted it. And, you know, it was a good system. It did some great stuff at the beginning, but it got, you know, it had its usual Nintendo problems. It became the gimmick system, which is a shame because, you know, it had a lot of promise. But, you know, so you've got this machine with this network that's untested, unproven, and its predecessors not being good, and Nintendo goes, yeah, you know that network that you don't know much about, we're going to make you pay for it. And people go, pay? Don't know about that. You go, oh yeah, but you're going to get a game every month. Oh, that's okay, that's a bit like PlayStation Plus and Xbox Gold, so alright, yeah. So we're getting a game every month, yeah. But you're only getting it for a month and then we take it away from you. And people are like, what? You want to say that again, Nintendo? You want to give me a game and then take the game away? And they're going to be Wii ROM titles, you know? I mean, what? I mean, that's the same line of thinking that Nintendo has had when they released the the Classic with a cable that's like this long. I mean, my wife's told me that like once they come back in stock, she's got one on pre-order from Christmas that was out of stock, but apparently I'm getting one, and I'm gonna love playing it, but I'm gonna have to drag it all the way out from my telly just to play the damn thing. You know, it's not a great design, Nintendo. Look, basically, I think your system has got a lot of promise, a lot of great ideas, but the way you handle things is terrible. I think you might release the system a bit soon. You might want to get a couple more games out, proper actual games. Your price is fine. It's your online network, and the way you handle the customers is terrible. You know? I mean, you had a lot of people super interested from their initial advert, you know, and then you actually disinterested people with your presentation and what you were showing. So I think Nintendo can turn it around. I think this is going to be the system that makes Nintendo good again. But I think they need to like have a bit of a rethink as to their approach to the system itself. Wow, that was a lot to have to say. But it did need to be said. And for all those of you out there bullying people and hating on people because they decide they want to have a Nintendo Switch, you do not have the right to do that at all. If that's their money, that's their choice. You know, much as if somebody goes out and buys an Xbox, that is their choice. If someone goes out and buys a second-hand Vita, that is their choice. If someone wants to go out and buy a Sega Saturn, that is their choice. Choice, 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 choice. Nothing to do with anybody else. You know, they don't make you sit down and come and play their system. You know, and quite frankly, if someone was to invite me to play a system I'd never played on and wasn't that sure about, I'd actually be happy for the opportunity, because then I get to increase my gaming knowledge and go, oh, I've not played that, that's cool. Anyway guys, I think I've dug into this particular debate long enough, and it's been too long since I've been making videos, so this is me trying to get back into it because my muse had kind of gone away. Try and have an awesome time, and please remember, just keep it about gaming, keep it about fun, and I'll see you in the next video. So as always, please remember to rate, favourite, comment, share and subscribe, and of course, as always, aye, nae bother.